Hello and welcome back to the Jobless Bum YouTube channel. I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Today, we're going to be taking another look at r/Am I the Asshole, and we're going to be figuring out whether Redditors have been naughty or nice in various situations that they've posted about. And without any further ado, let's get right into it. So the first post that we're going to be taking a look at today is, am I the asshole for telling a 6'8" giant to upgrade his seating? Context. Flight between two major European cities. Flight cost about 60 euros. Flight time 1.5 hours. Me, 32 male, am 5'10", and I check into my flight the night before. I wanted a window seat, so I chose window seat. It was not extra, but I had seen that the cost for extended legroom was about 20 euro. This was a larger plane, so each side of the aisle had 3 seats, so window, middle, and aisle. I didn't feel the need to get more space because I intended to sleep, and it's generally sufficient space. After takeoff, the person in front reclines their seat. No problem. I recline my seat, but the guy in the aisle behind but in the middle stops me, tells me that he is too big and the chair reclines into his legs. This man, seated in the middle, is extraordinarily tall and seated in the middle, so his knees extend into the space of both the aisle and the window seats. People on both sides of him now have their space invaded by his limbs, and the entire row in front of him can't recline their seats, despite the aisle in front reclining and invading their space. A total of 5 people around him have minor inconveniences because of his height. I say, yeah, no problem. I won't recline my seat, but next time you can choose a different seat as to not inconvenience 5 other people. He explains that normally the attendants give him an aisle seat or upgrade him, but they couldn't this time. I respond that it isn't the airline's responsibility to give him a seat, and if he knows he doesn't fit in a middle seat, he could have chosen an aisle, as there was no charge to choose an aisle seat. I had seen the option the night before. Or he could have upgraded for extended legroom seating for an extra 20 euro. He says he didn't have the 20 euro to spend. Mind you, he is flying to one of the most expensive cities in the world. I said choosing an aisle option is free, to which he says he didn't have that choice and that I am being selfish. I respond by saying, I'm not being selfish. I'm fine with having less space so you can be more comfortable, but pointing out that you're the selfish one for not taking responsibility for others' space and depending on flight attendants to put you in better seats. He thanks me for my opinion sarcastically, and I sarcastically reply that I'm just looking out for his best interest. We exchange fake smiles. Honestly, what bothered me was the rent-seeking behavior and the principle of it. Am I the asshole? So let me give you my thoughts on this scenario. I feel that the act of reclining your seat in an airplane in a vacuum is not an asshole action. However, in some scenarios, I could see how it could be frowned upon. I also think that if the person in front of you reclines their seat, it's safe to assume that you're allowed to recline your seat as well. The issue in this scenario comes from the large gentleman that is sitting behind OP. I think, in my personal opinion, that it's pretty clear that he is the asshole in this situation. Yes, he can't change the fact that he's tall, but there are certain steps that he could take to change the situation, such as buying the extra legroom seats or booking an aisle seat. The fact that this gentleman says that the flight attendant is usually able to change the seat for him is honestly, in my opinion, not a consideration worth considering. We, as a society, should not expect treatment that is outside of what we have chosen for ourselves, at least when it comes to customer service. If you buy a middle seat, you should take the consequences. Not expect that an extraordinary act of service should happen. And the fact that this gentleman made OP feel like an asshole for reclining his seat when the person in front of him reclined his seat, and it should be expected that he's able to recline his seat, is frankly absurd. I do not understand at all where this gentleman is coming from. Like OP said, if this gentleman really thought that he needed the extra leg room, he should have secured it in his planning and logistics. It's only an extra $20. And frankly, if you're taking a flight which probably costs more than $20, and you're gonna call someone selfish for doing an action, which they absolutely have the right to do, then you should take a look at yourself in the mirror and consider your perspective. This one is an easy one for me. I'm gonna say that OP is not the asshole. The other scenario that we're going to take a look at today is, am I the asshole for suggesting to my girlfriend that we skip her work's holiday party to go to mine? Both of our jobs are doing holiday parties where significant others are encouraged to come. Originally, we were going to go to both, but mine was recently moved to the same day as hers. Our jobs are pretty far from each other, so we can't go to both, and I asked her if she would just be fine skipping hers to go to mine. She said absolutely not, because her party was always planned to be that day, and she told everyone she was coming and bringing snacks. Normally, I'd be totally fine skipping, because I don't really care for my coworkers. But currently, I am competing for a promotion and need to get some time talking to my manager and directors, as well as other higher-ups who will be there. I work in a very competitive environment where social gathering like this can really make or break a career, so I feel like we have to go to this. She is working part-time while in school, so it will not be detrimental to miss this party, just a bummer. I brought this up and she called me an asshole for thinking her job is unimportant. I also suggested that we each go to our own. I don't love this idea because everyone at my job will be bringing their significant other, and she said she would not be comfortable going to her party on her own. I'm seriously stressed because I cannot miss this gathering because being a team player is a huge factor for my promotion, and not going to this thing will hurt me, as dumb as it is. So my initial thought in this situation is that OP is sort of in the wrong. I don't think it was the right call to ask significant other to skip their holiday party. It seems like the plan from the start was to attend the significant other's party, and that the significant other has planned to attend their party and play a somewhat significant role in the party, in my opinion, of bringing snacks. Now, just a little bit of a side tangent. I think that the snacks are an underrated part of a party. Now, depending on how fun this workplace is, I would say that an important part of every party is the alcohol. But assuming that this workplace is vanilla, then the most important part of this holiday party will be the snacks. And if significant other is the only person bringing snacks to the party, then I can see why she would want to be there, because she's very important to the whole operation. But even if you don't think that bringing the snacks is an important consideration, there is one other very important factor in this scenario. That being that OP does not consider significant other's job to be as important as his job. Now, in OP's situation, he seems to have pretty important reasons to attend his holiday party. He wants to rise the ranks of the corporate workplace and get that moolah. And I get where he's coming from. It seems like showing a little bit of initiative and effort in attending the holiday work party is important for being considered for the promotion. I actually think that OP had the best suggestion of the entire scenario when he suggested that they just go to their own holiday parties. And even if bringing significant others is encouraged, as OP said in his explanation of the scenario, I don't think it would be frowned upon to not bring your significant other, especially in this scenario with conflicting events. And frankly, I don't understand why the significant other feels that it's necessary to have him there. And if it is the case that OP has to attend his holiday work party to have a better chance of securing the promotion, then I can't really fault him there. In fact, I would even say that significant other is being a little bit of an asshole because she's basically making OP choose between her or the promotion. If this is a scenario where the significant other is in an abusive workplace and doesn't really feel comfortable going to the work party alone, then I think it would be reasonable to ask OP to attend the party with her. But I suspect that's not the case because she told everyone that she was going to bring the snacks, therefore indicating that it was of her own initiative. So in this case, I'm actually going to say that everyone sucks here. OP sucks because he implied that significant other's job wasn't as important as his job, and significant other is an asshole as well because she's drawing a hard line in requiring OP's attendance at her holiday party, when, in my opinion, it doesn't seem like it's as important as OP going to his own holiday work party. And I think this whole scenario could have just been solved by OP's suggestion of them both going to their own holiday parties. So really, OP is the angel of this situation for suggesting a solution. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the scenarios in this video, and if you agreed or disagreed with my verdicts. Again, thank you so much for watching this video, and as always, be sure to stay safe.